What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Murphy, and I am with Murphy Baseball Performance. If you haven't had the opportunity to check us out, I appreciate the opportunity to be in front of you right now, and I'm excited to talk to you about something that I'm seeing as I continue to work with guys who are anywhere from age 10 to 22 and who are pursuing the next level. So if you're watching this video, you're either one of two people. You're a parent of an athlete who is on a select team, on a high school team, on a college team, and there's always another level of what you're looking for, you and your child are looking to get to, whether that means going from a starter to being the guy, like the number 3 hitter. Maybe you're batting 7th right now. Whether it means you're a college baseball player and you've had people tell you that, hey, it's not possible for you to play professionally because of XYZ. That could be something that people talk to you about. But whatever the reason is, I want to give you a couple of themes that I'm seeing and that I've seen since I've been in this game as an athlete. For those who don't know my story, I was 78 miles an hour, told by everybody at age 19 that 78 was where I was going to finish. God just didn't bless me with a lot of talent. And finally was fortunate enough to run into, call it divine intervention, call it what you want. But Tim Scannell, Dave Smith at Trinity University said, hey, your arm doesn't really work very well and your back leg's pretty stiff, but if you're willing to take a chance and come down and spend time with us and work hard, we'll get you to 90. So I moved my life from Massachusetts at age 19. I didn't know a single person in Texas, but I knew what my dream was, and I knew that from studying people who were successful, that taking big risks was required in exchange for the achievement of a dream. So I went all in. 2 years after being at 78 miles an hour, I was able to get into a bullpen and do what I, quite frankly, wasn't even sure was possible, which was hit 92 miles an hour several times in front of my coaches at Trinity, which to me was an absolute, it was like one of those out-of-body experiences because I wasn't even quite sure I could do it. I had a chip on my shoulder. I knew I was working hard. I definitely wanted to prove people wrong and prove it to myself that I could do it. But when it happened, it was like, wow, this is crazy. So the same type of training protocol, the same type of mindset stuff, the same type of nutrition, all the struggles and failures that I had in my pursuit of that next level, I want to bring to you. I want to be able to deliver to you and your child or you as the athlete, meet you where you are and help you get to that next level because it's doable. So let's just talk specifics on movement patterns right now. But what I see a lot of times is guys lower half-wise, everybody focuses on the upper half. So like when you're talking about pitching, guys look at it and they go, oh, okay, pitching wise, it's about your arm. Or if they're talking about hitting, it's like, oh yeah, man, that guy has fast hands or he has strong hands. And that's true to an extent, but everything starts from the ground up. You derive energy, you take energy from the ground, from the earth beneath you, and then you channel it efficiently or inefficiently up the chain, and then it ends up coming either out of your hand if it's a throw, or through the hands, into the bat, into the point of contact if you're hitting. So let's talk real quick. I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm barefoot right now, which is part of what it is that I'm talking to you about. So if you look at the way that most guys hit, okay, or most guys throw, there's not a lot of awareness of what part of the foot is actually in contact with the ground. So if we look at and examine the foot, we've got the heel, we've got the midfoot, and then we've got the ball of the foot right here, moving into the big toe. Okay, so here's what I see a lot of times. Guys are spending a ton of time in the weight room with not a whole lot of coaching on the technique, and they say, oh yeah, wiggle your toes. You should be able to wiggle your toes at the bottom of the squat. Okay, so if you're like me, you get to the bottom of the squat, boom, you're down here, but you're not actually connected, ball of the foot arch to the ground. So how is that going to translate? First of all, why are we squatting? And the answer is we're squatting because we want to create more power that we can apply to either baseball, football, whatever. But in order to be able to take power or take strength and turn that over onto power expressed on the field, we need to be engaging the part of the foot that's actually going to be engaging when we're hitting, throwing, what have you. So I see a lot of guys just stuck on their heels, okay? Really flat right here. Energy's coming up the ground through the heel, up the spine, but nothing's flowing back down through. So one of the focuses that we've got with all of our guys is making sure that they know okay? What is the power pad of the foot, okay? This is something that when I was throwing 78 miles an hour, I did not understand. People would say, oh, get on the balls of your feet. But nobody ever showed me what the ball of my foot was, and nobody ever helped me feel it. So we're gonna train it through different things like jump rope. We're gonna train it by having you take your shoes off so that you can actually engage with the ground. People don't spend time barefoot anymore. Instead, I got guys coming in with untied shoes, okay? If you've worked with me, you know my famous shoe tying test. They've got untied shoes, they're slipping and sliding, they got no connection to the ground, and then people are surprised when they get up to the plate and they've got this lungy, disconnected, off-balance movement that results in inconsistent performance. Same thing on the mound, right? If you're looking at guys coming set, a lot of times guys will come set and then watch my back foot. They'll go to lift and a couple things happen. Fault, they come and they roll up, they lose their center of gravity and they lose their weight outside their foot. Boom, they lift and they swivel, releasing all the torque in their back hip, which is why we should be loading anyways. And what we're trying to create here is, with hitting and pitching, watch tonight if you're a Cowboys fan, Ezekiel Elliott. The reason why he's able to be so dynamic and shifty is because he's able to create better positive shin angle, better angles in relationship to the ground than other guys. So if I'm right up tall, if I'm up tall and I get beat, versus Ezekiel Elliott, who's able to put his foot to the ground and create this angle right here, boom, that's more energy he's going to be able to take in that direction. Same thing with throwing, hitting, pitching, whatever. It's just a different plane. So I want guys to be able to understand, boom, how to engage the ball of their foot, how to take their femur into internal rotation, activate the medial quad, and then once they're executing that movement, stay in a nice posture and be able to drive into a strong front side, okay? First, you gotta understand what part of your foot you're trying to deal with here. That's a prerequisite for being able to add on any of the additional pieces onto the foundation, so to speak. Like, basically, guys are focused right now on, oh, exit speed, launch angle, blah, 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 blah. Those are all the buzzwords that you hear on TV. That's great. But if you don't have the foundation, and if the foundation is the ground, if you don't have the foundation, you're going to be a guy that struggles like I did with transferring power to the game. And it's not fun being the guy that's worked his butt off in practice and then goes into the game and has a really hard time translating. So if you are a guy that can smoke a ball in front toss and create this exit speed and this launch angle, but you go into games and you struggle, which guess what? I see that's most guys. If you are a guy that practices really well and then you get into the game and things fall apart, if you're a guy that creates decent long toss velocity but you have trouble transferring it to your position or to the mound in the game, this is what you need. You need to learn how to create and leverage and power from the ground up, and that's what we're here to help you with. So I hope you found this video helpful. You're going to see a lot of conversation. We do have some availability. We've got a camp going on in Waco that's specifically focused on training from the ground up, establishing a sustainable foundation for you, the athlete, from the ground up so that you can learn how to create efficient power over time. And what happens is the more that you solidify solid posture that starts from the ground and elevates your connection, your brain-body connection to the bottom of your foot, you're going to find that power starts to happen a little bit more naturally. A ball that you think you just squared into the gap now carries over the fence. You make a throw from the outfield or you make a throw off the mound and you get the wow effect. People coming up to you and going, whoa, what happened to you, dude? How did that work? And look, it's hard work and it's paying attention to the right things. So as far as success stories, we've got a guy, Rocky Canales, who just went from 63 miles an hour to 82.6. So that's just about just shy of 20 miles an hour in less than 10 months. That's throwing. We've got a guy named Zain Bedmayev who's gone from 78 miles an hour all the way up to 92 miles an hour. That's about 6 months. Brady Boyle, 70 miles an hour to 91.6 miles an hour. That's less than a year. So these are all life-changing amounts of power that these guys are gaining. And it's not a secret, but it is something that most coaches are never going to spend time to teach you because they either aren't aware of it or they're not willing to invest the time that it takes to teach it to somebody because they're too focused on what's right in front of them, which is for them, their goal of winning today's game. So I hope that you guys found that valuable. Again, training from the ground up, watch Babe Ruth, watch Bryce Harper, Watch these guys that create a dynamic power that's repeatable over the course of time, and you're going to find that although everybody's a little bit different, there is some serious correlation and carryover between positive shin angle, the way that they connect to the ground, and the ability that they have to be able to consistently create power over time in the game. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching.